We start with new details tonight on a murder in Minnesota Lakes Country. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mike is off. A longtime employee of the city of Fergus Falls was apparently shot in his sleep by his own son. Authorities say 57-year-old Rick DeFeel was killed in his home Wednesday night. 29-year-old Dustin DeFeel is charged with second-degree murder in his father's death. Court documents say he went to his parents' house and asked to do laundry. His mother was in the bathroom when she heard a loud pop. She hid and called 911. When authorities arrived, they rescued her from the home. They found Rick DeFeel laying in bed with a gunshot wound to the head. Today in court, a judge set $1 million bond and ordered a mental evaluation after a tense court session. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop was there and explains what happened. Ashley?
Andrea, Dustin DeFeel's court appearance was not like most. He appeared in court with an orange shirt wrapped around his face and sunglasses over top of it. He would not sit still and was fidgety. He was surrounded by 3 Otter Tail County Sheriff deputies standing the whole time. The judge was told that DeFeel had a negative reaction to light, and that was why he was wearing the sunglasses and shirt. DeFeel would not answer any questions or acknowledge the judge, except for one time when he was asked about counsel, where he just said, "Okay, thank you." The prosecutor said she had dealt with DeFeel in the past, and we asked today if his behavior in court was unusual.
Hard to say, and it just may be different than the prior setting that officers dealt with him in. So today, you know, there's more going on in the courtroom, and it could be, some of it could be just the agitation from the courtroom, but certainly that's why you look into it and make sure that issue's resolved before we proceed further.
Now DeFeel plans to represent himself. The judge did not release him, saying he could potentially be highly dangerous to family members and the public. The judge also ordered a mental evaluation to see if DeFeel would be competent to stand trial.
Bail was set based obviously on the charges of murder in the second degree at this point, and then certainly the behavior at hand and some of the history we talked about, warrant history, criminal history, even juvenile history. So all of that comes into play for setting of bond. And
the judge says DeFeel's criminal history was 4 pages long, and it included trespassing, harassment, and breaking a restraining order against a family member. DeFeel's a veteran. The prosecutors say it's been some time since he was in service. Now, a family member told us off camera that DeFeel served in Iraq and has seemed off for a while. I asked the prosecutor if DeFeel had any diagnosis of PTSD, and she said she didn't know at this time. The court must now wait for the evaluation to be complete before any court proceeding can move forward. Andrea?
All right, Ashley, thank you for that live report. According to court documents, Dustin DeFeel's sister and brother would not give out their home addresses because they were afraid of him. They've had limited contact with him in the last few years. The judge said DeFeel has no job or permanent address. A memorial is growing in Fergus Falls to honor Rick DeFeel. Rick worked at the City of Fergus Falls Public Works Department for nearly 18 years. Co-workers say Rick was a hard worker and a good guy who would give his shirt off his back. The City of Fergus Falls released a statement saying Rick was a valued member of its organization. They say his smile and gentle, kind spirit will be missed. 2 people are dead and another injured in a crash on I-29 near the North Dakota-South Dakota border. The crash involves an SUV and a pickup. It happened a half-mile north of the Dakota Magic Casino exit in the construction zone. A man and a woman who were riding in the SUV are dead, and we're told it looks like it was broadsided. The Highway Patrol says all involved are from out of state. Traffic was backed up for some time this afternoon while crews worked to clear the area. In the same construction zone, 2 people were hurt when deputies say a driver made a U-turn on Interstate 29. It happened last night near Hankinson, North Dakota, where traffic was head-to-head. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says Richard Berg of Wahpeton was ticketed for making an improper U-turn. His car was hit by, Bryce Johnson of West Fargo. Both Johnson and Berg were hurt. There were 6 other passengers in Berg's SUV, but no one else was hurt. Both vehicles were totaled and blocked both lanes of traffic for about 45 minutes. It's been a gloomy day today with showers on and off in the area. Will we see more or some thunderstorms later tonight? Let's find out from Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson in First Weather. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Andrea. As we head into the evening hours, we have scattered thunderstorms across eastern North Dakota, a few in west central Minnesota and northwest Minnesota, all the way from Roseau and Kittson County through northern Beltrami County. Good old-fashioned rain showers. Northeast North Dakota, a line of storms through the Benson-Ramsey County area continue, as well as Towner County. They're strong, but not severe at this time. As we take you down to the south just a little bit, our southwestern counties, Dickey and Lemoore, some strong cells on the western fringes. That includes southwestern portions of Stutzman County as well. Just to the north of the FM area is a very strong cell that's working its way out of Steele and Trail counties, and it's moving into northern Cass right now. That one has a hail potential between a ½ inch and an inch in diameter, is fairly strong. And we're also monitoring storms moving through southern and central Otter Tail County. That one is seeming to decrease in intensity just a touch. Some brief hail is possible as you see these storms pass, and there's a little bit of rotation, as you can see by the radar data there, so we're keeping our eyes on the skies. Our storm team tracker, Eric Whitehill, is also out and about tonight, and his video feed is up. He's monitoring storms in central portions of North Dakota now, moving up to the storm north of Fargo. We'll keep you updated right here, but expect storms through just beyond sunset.
Okay, thanks so much,
You bet.
Hutch. Do you use I-94 near 8th Street on your daily commute? If so, you're going to have to find a different route starting next week. Stage 2 of the Interstate 94 Interchange Reconstruction Project begins Monday. If you're coming from Fargo and usually take the first exit to get to the Concordia or MSUM area, you can't do that. MnDOT wants you to go up one more exit, the 20th Street exit, and from there use 12th Avenue South to get to 8th Street. If you're coming into Moorhead from the Minnesota side, MnDOT wants you to take the 20th Street exit and then use 40th Avenue South to make it back to 8th Street.
We do expect some major delays and disruptions, so if they'll need to find alternate routes depending on where they're going to or from.
Morkey also says adjusting your commute time will help with cutting down on traffic congestion. We have new information tonight. A fire that left one person without a home yesterday is now suspected as arson. Dilworth Police Chief Ty Sharp says a deputy state fire marshal investigated the scene and says it was not accidental. Chief Sharp says Kimberly Littleghost is a person of interest in the fire investigation. Surveillance video caught her entering the apartment building 15 minutes before the fire started and leaving 5 minutes after. She's behind bars on unrelated charges. The Dilworth Fire Department responded just after 9 o'clock Thursday morning at the Tavali Garden condos. No one was in the apartment that caught fire. Smoke made its way throughout the building, but the fire damage was contained to just one apartment. A 51-year-old man is in jail in connection with an alleged assault. The victim claims she was held against her will as she was physically and sexually assaulted. Officers arrested Steve Schmidt, and he's being held on multiple charges, including terrorizing and sexual assault. The victim was taken to an area hospital and treated for injuries that are not life-threatening. The case is still under investigation. It's Friday and time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say Christina Walker is wanted for felony possession of controlled substance and failure to complete the 24/7 sobriety program. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Walker. The FBI has a database collecting information on you, and now they want to exempt it from federal law, keeping it private. It's called the NGI, Next Generation Identification, and it includes things like fingerprints, palm scans, front-facing interstate photos, iris recognition, voice recognition, information on how you walk, and DNA profiles. Some 52 million people could be in the system.
I don't know if a database is really necessary. I mean, anyone could be a terrorist. I mean, whether they're in the database or not, you know, anyone could do it. So
I think that they're going to keep it no matter what we think, but I don't think that they should restrict it from the people that they have that information on.
Groups like the ACLU and even Uber and Lyft are opposing this decision. Coming up on Valley News Live 10 at 10, reporter Bradford Eric explains what this database means to you. We'd like to hear what you think about this story. Join the conversation on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. The University of North Dakota's Fighting Hawks logo design is down to 2 options. Interim President Ed Schaefer says the next step is deciding the appropriate time to release the logo once the committee makes its choice. He says he wants to release the new logo before he leaves office on June 30th, but he's considering waiting until students return in August. Schaefer has said he wants to create a new university with a new nickname, new logo, new budget, and a new president. Right now, there's a benefit going on for the family of Gavin Trupka, a child who's suffering from severe pulmonary hypertension and respiratory failure. All donated funds will help the Trupka family with Gavin's current and future medical expenses. The benefit is being hosted at El Zagel Shrine and goes until 10 tonight. Lend a Hand will be providing up to $5,000 in matching funds. For more information or to read about Gavin's story, just go to our website and click on this story. Later on Valley News Live at 6, today's the day to indulge your sweet tooth and grab your favorite donut in honor of a Salvation Army tradition.
And we have showers and strong thunderstorms swirling around the valley as we head into the evening hours. Coming up, I'll have a look out towards your weekend that's right around the corner. Details in your forecast are next.